Hey guys, so for those of you 8th graders, you probably know who I am, but for the 7th graders, some of you guys don't, and maybe some of the 8th graders don't either. My name is Caleb. I'll be here on Wednesdays with you guys doing some character development and helping you to be inspired and to recharge you on a weekly basis because, hey, life is pretty draining sometimes. So, what we are talking about is BAM, be a moment. And that's what we are talking about this entire year, that life is just made up of these moments. And so we're going to talk about that. But first I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you can name all of your grade school teachers? Yeah, that's a good size. That's about half, I think. Yeah, for me, if I had to try to do it, from kindergarten up, you would go Miller, Sawyer, Helton, Grant, Bachman, Jones, Birnbaum, and yeah, I think Jones again. Something like that. You have Miss Jones too? Oh, cool. Not a very common name. So here's the thing. I can remember their names, but if I have to be honest, I probably can't remember a lot of what they told me. I remember some things. What I really remember are the moments. You probably remember those moments with your teachers. Like for instance, when I think of my 2nd grade teacher, she showed me that you actually weigh the same on a scale. If you are on it with 1 foot, then you're on it with 2. Whoa, my 2nd grade mind was blown. Obviously Simon already knew that. You already knew that? Okay. How many of you guys did not know that? Wow, okay. Science teachers, you got your work cut out for you. 3rd grade teacher, she actually gave me, at the end of the year, she gave me a fake report card with all F's on it. Because, thank you for laughing at my pain, because I put little rubber bugs on her desk, just all year long, and she finally got me. But I didn't take it very well. I actually hid under my desk and cried for a while. So it was a scarring time. But I remember that, and looking back is actually pretty funny. And then another random one, my 5th grade teacher, I remember that she was very pregnant, and that every time she was mad, like there was these blue veins that would pop out in her feet. She wore sandals all the time. She knew when she was mad. But there was this one time where she was just on the verge of tears, telling us how proud she was of her high school son that he started shaving that day. For 45 minutes! And even as a 5th grader, I was like, are we gonna learn something? Come on. So here's the thing. Moments leave a mark on you. Moments leave a mark. Some of them are random, not all of them are pleasant, but they leave a mark. So for whatever reason, some things just stick with us. Our lives are made of these moments. It's like DNA. It's like how we're built. If each of these is a moment, this creates you into the person that you are today. Even if it's a painful moment, it's still part of who you are. So if you try to take just one out, you kind of lose everything. The moments make you who you are. So for me, how did I get here? You might be asking, who is this guy? How did I get here? I am passionate about investing in teenagers like you guys selves because I had people invest in me in that crucial time in my life. So I wanted to do that when I grew up. And so my sister, who used to be the 8th grade math teacher, she's teaching in the juniors now, Mrs. Wolfer, she recommended me to Mr. Gao, who was trying to find somebody to do the stations, and I jumped right in, and I kind of took a risk because I had no clue what to expect. But I jumped right in, and I loved it. I love being here with you guys. I love learning from you guys, having moments with you guys. And I loved doing the stations all of last year. And then doing the stations actually led me to be able to be some of you guys' choir, guitar, and piano teacher this last semester. Woo! See some of you guys. And so it led me to have moments that I wouldn't have had otherwise because I took that risk. So for some of you, you have special memories and moments because of risks that you took. So it's because of the risks that I took that I'm here with you guys, and I wouldn't have traded this last semester for the world because I loved being with you guys every single day. But here's what we call you guys to do in the moment, is to be a moment maker. That's the power that we have. It's always a risk, but there is always a reward in making that moment. So here's the thing, your generation, you guys, I love you guys because you are constantly looking for moments. How do I know that? Because about every 8 seconds you move your thumb like this. Sometimes it's less than 8 seconds. A lot of people would say, hey, they have an attention span of about 8 seconds. That's not very good. In fact, a goldfish actually has a 9-second attention span. Yeah, it's 9 seconds. And you guys, it's called a goldfish. Again, science teachers, get on this kid. It's gold and it's a fish. Yeah. It's gold, whatever, goldfish. But here's the thing. Every time you scroll, your brain is working differently than a goldfish because you are assigning value. You're saying, that's not important to me, that's not important to me. And when you find something that is important to you, you stick with it for a while. And so for a lot of us, these moments make up our life. And for some of us, we try to capitalize on that. So you might see a lot of your friends on Instagram or Twitter or wherever try to post things in order to get a lot of likes or to get a lot of follows. You probably have that one friend, for whatever reason, gets like 1,000 likes, and you're like, why can't I get 10? Like, you don't understand it. Because I think for a lot of you guys, you're constantly chasing the idea of being a celebrity. Because viral sensations are moments that we love, but they're moments that come and go. They don't stick around for a long time. How many of you guys saw the videos of the My Feelings Challenge this summer? Yeah. A lot of the times, ended up in a fail. And we wanted to treat you to this today. We went out and recorded this for you today. It actually hurt. I was in pain. It was very hot outside. So yeah, I don't have the best dance moves. We had to do that 10 times to get that one. One of the times I was doing this. I'm not a good dancer, I'm sorry. So, that challenge, months from now, you'll be like looking at that and like, why do people do that? That's stupid. You might be thinking that right now. But these challenges come and go. Ice bucket challenge. Yeah, that's come and gone. The Harlem Shake, we don't even talk about that anymore. So these are moments, but they come and they go. But what I want to challenge you guys to do is to stop looking for moments and be a moment. So stop reaching for a moment, and just be a moment. So the memories that you make with your friends and your faculty members, teachers here on this campus are more valuable than you could ever imagine. Because when I think of high school, I think of valuable moments that I had with my friends and valuable things that the teachers taught me. And if we're not being aware of being in the moment, we're going to lose those. So my advice to you, instead of trying to chase these moments, trying to chase being a celebrity, instead of looking for ways for others to praise you, look for ways for you to praise others. So look for opportunities that you can elevate somebody else. You can encourage them. Like I mentioned before, I'm very passionate about investing in junior high and high school students because I had a person invest in me during that time. And so it was those moments that they took that I can remember that I'm inspired to go on the other side and share with you and create moments with you. So we say all of this, but I wanted to give you some practical tips before we go of how you actually become a moment maker. There's very specific things that we can do. And truthfully, it's unavoidable. You're going to make moments. You've already made moments today. You're going to make moments when you leave. They're going to be good and they're going to be bad. Hopefully there's more good than bad. But we don't naturally seize the moments. So we have to change the way that we think. And here are 4 things, just 4 tips for you guys. Number 1, get involved. Get involved. You cannot have a moment with somebody if all you do is go to school and then go home and don't talk to anybody or involved with anything. So maybe join a sport, do a play, try new things. You know, you want to look back at junior high and high school, look back at certain things that you accomplished with other people. It's not about just your accomplishments, it's about what you can accomplish with other people. So get involved. Number 2, a very practical thing is just set alarms on your phone. Or maybe there's certain times during the day that you set and you know, hey, at this time, I'm going to look for a moment to seize. And it might sound kind of cheesy, but it actually works. And it helps you train your brain to be looking for those moments, because we don't naturally wake up and be like, I'm going to seize the moment today. Maybe you said that because it's the first day of school. And you're like, this is going to be the best year ever. No. Most of you are like, why? And so, it's such a temptation to come to school and just go through the motions, try to hold our breath, and just wait for the end of the semester. That's what most of you probably want to do. But I would urge you to not do that. Change the way that you think. Another thing you need to do is look for changes in your friends. There are times during this semester where your friends are going to be dealing with some stuff, and you're going to notice that they're going to start acting a different way. Seize that moment to talk to them. I know for me in high school, I had a friend that I ate lunch with every single day, and I noticed that he was a little different this one day. And just with talking to him, I found out that he had this really bad addiction, and it was kind of taking over his life. But it was through our friendship, through the moments that we ceased having fun, that he was able to give me a foothold into his life and try to help him. And luckily we got him some help, and he was a lot better. But look for those changes. If you kind of just ignore it and be like, it's not my job, then you're going to lose a moment. And then lastly, never underestimate the little interactions. What I loved when I was some of your guys' teacher is just waiting outside the door for you guys to come in, have like little interactions. We even have some like handshakes and stuff that we do. Just those little interactions just mean so much because they lead to other things. Like they show that I care about you. And you doing it to somebody else would show that you care about them. So just having little interactions go a long way, that maybe they lead to new relationships and they lead to new deep conversations. I had some great conversations with some of you guys toward the end of the last semester. And I just want to mention this too. Some of you might have heard of the passing of Sabrina Miller over the summer. Sabrina was one of the students that I had, and I loved every time that she would come to the classroom. We had inside jokes, things that we would share. She was such a great student. But we share those moments, and now that she's gone, all I have are those moments of her. And if you guys knew her, all you have are certain memories and moments with her. And I can only hope that when this summer, that somehow I made some kind of positive impact on her. That she would remember some of the moments that we had. Because in the end, that's kind of all we do have, are moments. So don't waste your moments. You don't know how important they will be, or how impactful they'll be in your life. So whether this is your first time at North Point or your second time, don't make the semester just fly by. Don't go through the motions. Be a moment maker. Peace out.